Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. It's lovely to have your company. Perhaps you've been with us for the whole day or you've just joined us for tonight's show. Wherever you are in the world, it is so lovely to have you joining us for tonight's Colour Me Happy. We've got a spring sale special on tonight's Colour Me Happy. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. We've got some great products, but at incredible prices. Of course, I am not alone for this show. You'll be pleased to hear, I'm sure. I'm joined again by my fabulous crafty friend. She's going to give us lots of inspiration throughout this show. She's been giving us so many crafty hints, tips and fabulous ideas throughout the whole day, and it doesn't stop there. We've got so many more ideas coming up from our lovely Corrine over the course of the next 2 hours. So hello Corrine, we're back again. Are you well?
I am, yeah, just making sure I've got all the pens ready that I need. But yeah, we've got lots and lots of things. Colorable creator cards, we've got the colour blend pencils, we've got Aqua pens, we've got sentiment stamps, trying to think what else we've got, metallic markers. I'm going to show you how your classique pens will interact with your colour blend pencils. We're going to do all sorts, all sorts.
Fabulous. I am so looking forward to this show. I think there's going to be lots of techniques, lots of hints and tips, and of course, lots of amazing deals too. Now, talking of amazing deals, we have got so much going off over on the website this week and this weekend in particular. So first of all, we have got our spring sale happening over on the website. If you click over to our Crafters Companion website, check out that spring sale. We say you'll see savings of up to 70%, but if you do have a little look in there, you'll see that we've actually got savings of up to a whopping great 80%. Wow. I mean, there's some stuff in there, we're pretty much giving it away. It's absolutely incredible. So do check out that spring sale. Now, as part of that spring sale, we also have our fabulous spinning wheel. We spun the wheel this morning. Thank goodness I didn't mess it out. I was a little bit worried, but we spun the wheel this morning on Playcross Right and it landed on free gift. Every order you're placing today that's over £10 or $10, you're going to get a fabulous free gift added automatically to your order. You don't need to do anything. And look what it is. It's that fabulous flamboyant feathers die set from that gorgeous masquerade ball collection. That's coming to you for absolutely nothing. All you have to do, and it's very, very easy, let's be honest, is place an order over £10 or $10. How easy is that? But that's only valid today. You've got to get those orders in before midnight tonight to be able to take advantage of that offer. We will be spinning the wheel again tomorrow. Corrine will be spinning it tomorrow. Corrine's first turn at spinning the wheel. Different offer. It could technically be the same offer tomorrow, but that particular deal is only valid today. Now, we're also in the midst of our National Craft Month, the theme for this week being storage. So if you head over to the website, you'll see some amazing savings of 15% on selected Spectrum Noir and Crafters Companion storage. Great time to stock up on those storage essentials to get that craft room nice and organised. And talking of organisation, our queen of organisation, of course, is Totally Tiffany. And if you're wanting to grab a bargain on some Totally Tiffany bundles, check out the website for that too, because all of this weekend, we've got some amazing bundles, all Totally Tiffany branded with fabulous savings, but that's only valid until midnight tomorrow night as well. Lots to tell you about, lots to take advantage of, but we're going to jump right into our Colour Me Happy. I'm going to start to show you some of the amazing products that we've got coming up on the show. I know Corrine's got so many inspiring demos to share with us, so I want to sort of whet your crafty appetite as to some of the amazing things you can be picking up. Now, talking of amazing things, are you ready for a star buy? This is definitely a star buy. This is better than half price. Wow. I always think if you're saving more than you're spending, that has got to be a good thing. That is incredible. If you think you're getting more for free than you're actually paying for, it doesn't kind of compute, but in a totally brilliant way. This is a collection of our colour blend pencils. I know Corrine's going to be showing you some hints, tips and techniques as to how you can work with these fabulous pencils as we go throughout the show. But within this collection, you're getting 72 pencils. Let's just not even think about the pencils for a second. Let's just look at the presentation tins that these are coming to you in. How fabulous would they make as gifts? Perhaps for younger members of the family as well, perhaps at art college or just starting on their colouring journey. What a fabulous gift these make when they're presented and stored so perfectly in these tins. I know some people take them out of the tins and store them in other storage systems. I've always kept mine in the tins. I think it's the best way to store them. They look fabulous in your craft room and it keeps the pencils nice and safe as well. These are artist quality blending pencils, and I might just whip out that old cliche, it's artist quality at craft prices. Oof. Yeah, but it's very true. It's incredibly priced with this collection. 72 pencils across the 3 sets of 24. The different sets that we're bringing you are the naturals. We're also bringing you the essentials, and the pencil that I actually use the most across the full range of all the colour blend pencils is that white pencil. I use it almost like a blender, sort of a blender pen that you get within your alcohol-based pens. Allows you to blend colours together. It allows you to give those highlights and blend your colours out to white for that real sort of ombre effect between your lights and your darks. So that set, Essentials, sums it up absolutely perfectly. You've got to have that one in your crafty stash. And then finally in this Star By collection, you're also getting your primaries. Again, a great range of colour tones within here. Something for colouring in lots of different types of imagery. Doesn't matter if you're into you know, your portraits, your more natural designs, flowers, foliage, whatever it may be. Within this set of 72 colour blend pencils, you're going to have something for every sort of image that you're wanting to colour in. And you're getting it for, quite frankly, an absolute steal. £28 or $40 for the full collection of 72. The way that these have been designed, they're beautiful quality. You can blend sort of pencil to pencil, or if you bring in that blending solution on your blending stumps, you can blend them even more easily for super seamless blended sort of ombre effects with these. Absolutely fabulous. But grab it while you can. That's proved really popular today already, and I can see why at that price. Just fantastic. Now, if you're sort of looking for something to actually colour in using those brand new colour blend pencils, then look no further than our Colorable Creator Card die collection. We say die collection, it's actually a stamp and die collection. And what you get within each set is you get the stamp, that main focal image, and the light's catching on that perfectly. There we go, you can see that a little bit better. That main focal image, here you've got that gorgeous cupcake with the bunting. Perhaps you're going to be having parties and celebrations for the coronation in the coming weeks here in the UK. What a fabulous invitation that would make using that stamp. Perhaps you're going to colour in the bunting in red, white and blue. Maybe you're going to put some of the glossy highlights onto your cherry. I think that would look fabulous. Maybe even a little bit of glitter and sparkle onto the icing. But what you get is you get your main focal element as a stamp, and then you get 2 coordinating dies for that image. One allows you to cut your image into your cardstock, like so you can have that design cut in. But if you use that inner die in conjunction with that outer die, it allows you to cut that image out as a panel. Could be adding acetate behind there. Shakers work great with these as well. Maybe a little bit of vellum, completely up to you. But of course, it doesn't stop there. We are bringing you the sentiments as well. You're getting 3 different sentiments in here. One of my absolute favourites, of course, is life's too short. Eat the cake. Could not agree more. But what sort of cake is this going to be? Is it going to be a chocolate cake? Maybe going to have some chocolate buttercream. Perhaps it's going to have raspberry buttercream. Completely up to you. However you choose to colour these in is going to change that look and feel every single time. So that's our first gorgeous stamp and die set that we're getting within this collection. But we're actually getting 6 sets included with 49 elements in total. Same idea with our special bouquet. You stamp with your coordinating dies, no need to fussy cut, you can cut the detail in or out, finish those designs off with that gorgeous sentiment. Lots of different options in there for the different sentiments when it comes to your finished cards. Love this one. I have to say I've coloured this one quite a few times, and you can really change the look, change that style by just changing up the colourways of those roses. Of course, you can do lots of different colourways when it comes to your roses. They could be yellow roses, pink, red, depending on the occasion, depending on the recipient. You can change that look and feel just by mixing up those colourways. Then we come on to this gorgeous dragonfly. We were looking at our shimmer inks earlier, and I think this would look fabulous coloured using some of those lovely vivid shimmer inks. Again, you've got some lovely sentiments. And I have to say I love the Chase Your Dreams one. Not only the actual sentiment itself, but it reminds me almost a little bit of our swash sentiments, if you remember those that we brought you a few years back. Great for finishing off your designs, and of course, dies included too. Then we go on to our lovely butterfly. You know, I do love a butterfly, but this one works really well if you actually stamp it multiple times, snip into them and actually decoupage them up. Perhaps you're going to give those wings even more dimension. You can absolutely do that using this fabulous stamp and die set. And then finally, the last one within this collection, it's the Thinking of You. Your stamps, your coordinating dies that allows you to cut that detail in or cut that detail out as a panel, finish it off with a gorgeous sentiment. Also, I love the fact that we've got different fonts in the sentiments, so different looks and feels with these. absolutely gorgeous. What an amazing collection, 49 elements across the full collection, 6-piece collection, coming in today in the Platinum Club at just $42.39 or $48.79. Don't forget, you will be getting your free gift automatically added to that order if you are buying those today, because they are over the £10 or $10. I'm going to go over to Corrine in just a moment for some crafty inspiration. When I want to say a few hellos, we've got a load of you in this evening, which is fabulous. It's a Saturday night, I said it earlier. Where else are you going to be on a Saturday night? Of course you're going to be here getting all the crafty inspiration with all these fabulous products that we're bringing you tonight. So we've got Rachel on the socials. Good evening, Rachel, I hope you're well. She says she loves the Colour Me Happy, so she's very pleased to be on the socials tonight. Got hello to Linda, Carletta, Gareth is in again, Kirsty D, Lois is in, Mary Pat 1000. Oh, apparently it's sunny in Montana. Good to hear. It's certainly not sunny here, I can tell you that, Mary Pat. Kate McQueen, she joined us for our craft along that I actually produced on Thursday. So it's lovely to hear from you again, Kate. She's asking how are we all doing this evening. I'm very well. We hear Corrine as well. Let's hope you guys at home. Corrine as well. Producers, Jamie, are you well? He's well. How's George? He's very well. We're all doing good, thank you, Kate. Lilly and Corrine saying hello. LJ Craft. Oh, Kate McQueen says, I don't need more storage, I need more space to keep the storage. I hear you, Kate. My storage at the moment is on the floor. That is my current storage system. I definitely need to check out the website to get the stock up. Kate McQueen is loving the Colorable Create card as well. Our lovely Laurie from the design team as well. She's joining us and she's saying it's an absolute steal of a deal on the colour blend pencils. I could not agree more. It's lovely to have your company, Laurie, this evening. Now, without further ado, I think it's time that we go over to Corrine and get a little bit more inspiration with some of these fabulous colour blend pencils.
Yes, so I thought colour blend, sorry, there we go. I thought colour blend pencils, what can we show them with? So what I thought I would do is I would colour the creator cards, the Colorable creator card dies with stamps and dies with those. So you've got these beautiful, beautiful stamps and dies that Lily's just shown you, and they just work perfectly with the pencils. So I've taken a piece of card and I'm just going to pop the die in. Now, as we were saying, you can cut them out or you can cut them in. So this is the die that's solid. If you want to cut it out, that's what you use. This die here has a break, 1 there, 2, 3, it's got 4 breaks in the die. So that means that it will never cut out of your card because there's not a continuous line. So if I put this onto this piece of card, just try and centre it up the best I can. I know that piece is a piece of waste, so I'm going to put my tape on there. And I know that piece there is a piece of waste, so we'll put the tape there. So I know that that will now cut into my cardstock. So I could do this on the smaller plates, but I've still got my bigger plates out from earlier, so we shall go through. It's not exactly long, is it? It's not pressing.
Certainly not.
So we can run that through. And as I say, I haven't used the solid die, which you could if you wanted a topper, but I'm going to try and make a dome-fronted card.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm not going to cut it out. I'm going to leave it in the cardstock. So that's running through. Come on, there we go. And we've got that there. There we go. That's cut out beautifully. Let's slide that off. Right, put that one away. Let's try and be a little bit more organised than we were in the craft along. So I can pop that off here. There we go. And that's going to, you can see that has cut out. So I've still got my score lines in here. So it's going to fold over because we're going to make a dome. So I put my score lines in first so that it would help me with my centering. So the next thing I want to do is I want to look at the stamp. So you've got this beautiful stamp. So this is going to fit just there, like that. Now you could use your rocker block, but I'm actually just going to use my stamping platform just in case I need to go in again a second time. So I can pop my magnets on, plenty of room to put my magnets on just there. Make sure that is nicely lined up. There we go. When I find sometimes when it's so exact like that, I do think a stamping platform possibly is a little bit easier.
Absolutely, I agree.
You could do it in the rocker block, but you're going to have to be really exact because there isn't a lot of wiggle room. So I'm coming in with my Finesse alcohol proof because we're going to use the colour blend pencils. No, they're wax-based pencils, we were saying earlier, so there's no wet medium in there to react with the ink. But we're going to use the stamp blending solution, so we do need the Finesse ink. So we can pop that down there. I do think I'm going to just need to do a second one because that didn't look very dark on the stamp. So we can pop that there.
And for this, interestingly, you die cut
Actually,
first and then you stamp. Oh, that is perfect, actually.
Isn't it? Wouldn't you have done it that way round?
Well, it's interesting because I've actually tried both with these, and I usually, when I'm crafting with stamps and dies, I tend to stamp first and then die cut, but with these, I find it's a lot easier to die cut first.
Yeah.
But I did try both. You know, I'm like, I always have to try both ways, yeah, I find it's easy to actually die cut first.
I would say, like you, I agree that on most occasions, I probably would stamp it out and then die cut it and then colour it. It's just these ones worked really well for me doing it that way round. I don't know what was different about them.
I think for me, it helps getting them central. I think using the die, it's easier to get the die central than it is the stamp.
I know that sounds silly, but yes, I totally agree, and I think that's right. Right, so from the other one, the other set, which is the Dragonfly Dreams, I do like this one, this Chase Your Dreams. So I am going to put that onto my rocker block.
I love that sentiment. I think it's beautiful, isn't it? It does remind me of the swash sentiments, the way that you've got the S sort of continuing on there. I think it's lovely.
So I'm going to pop that one just there.
But I think it's nice to show as well, you can mix and match the sets. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, there will be a die to cut this out, but I'm not using that. I'm going to stamp it onto my card, my card front.
Yeah. It's always nice to have options, though. We've included the dies, so you can use them, but you don't have to use them all the time. And of course, with these stamps as well, you don't always have to use the die for the image. You could just stamp onto a panel, maybe onto a nesting die that you've already got in your stash. Lots of options. I think it's fabulous.
There you go. So I've got that now down the side. And the reason I put that down the side is so I'm going to get one of my art liner pens, and I'm just going to come along here, and then I'm just going to draw a faux border. When you're drawing a faux border like this, don't try to be straight. It doesn't work. Make sure you sort of make a feature of the fact that you've done a wiggly line. Unless you're going to get a ruler out,
yeah, definitely.
Make a feature of it.
Oh, I love this technique. This is something I have to say. I see so many people do this and I think it looks fabulous, and I feel like I can never quite get the hang of it because, like you say, you have to try and get that wiggle into the line. And my natural sort of reflex is to try and do a nice straight line.
No, just do it like that. I mean, you do more than that, but I just like it just like that. So take that out of the way. Now I'm going to bring in my colour blend pencils. I'm actually just taking them out of 2 tins. So this is the Essentials, and out of there I've picked Sage and Pistachio, Vivid Pink and Pink Violet. And then, what did I say? This tin is the primaries. And I've got Mauve, Violet, Petrol Blue, Seafoam and Lemon. So they're just the ones that I've picked from this tin. And we're just going to colour this beautifully. So I'm going to start with the leaves. I'm going to do a little bit of all of the bits just to show you. So with the leaves, now, these are a pure wax pencil. There's no fillers, there's nothing else to bulk them out. So they are an absolutely gorgeous pencil. As soon as you start working with them, you can feel the wax in them. You can feel how smooth. Now, I'm colouring on to multi-purpose card, and I just feel that that works really well for me. I don't need my Nina with this. As we were saying earlier, the multi-purpose is almost got a little bit of roughness that you can, your pens will grip onto. Yes, I'm doing those the right way around. I think I was going the wrong way around. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing the lighter one, the Pistachio, at the tip of the leaf. I think I've got a bit of, yes I did, I've got a little bit of my tape on there. There we go, let's try that again. It's better. Oops, gone the wrong colour.
Sometimes you can accidentally have a bit of tape left on there and you don't realise when you go to colour over and you're like, why have I got a mask on here? And it's almost like masking your colouring, isn't it?
Right, so then I'm just going to do in the bottom with the Sage, which is a lovely sort of, it's almost got that olive feel to it. I know we've got an olive as well in one of the sets, I'm sure we have. So I'm just colouring up and I'm overlapping the colours, but I'm not worrying at this point too much about blending it. It does automatically blend a little bit, and if you want to, I could come back in with this Pistachio and I could just blend it down a bit. Now, depends where you hold your pencil as to how much pressure you put on. I'm holding it quite close to the bottom and getting quite a lot of pressure. If I was to hold it further up the pencil, come right up here. I'm going to be a lot lighter pressure. Straight away, that's already starting to blend in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the blending solution. So this is a solvent. And what it's going to do is it's going to work with the colour blend pencils. Now, you don't have to use them. You can just, I mean, that looks lovely. But if you want to add a bit more, you can. So I've got the solvent and I've got a paper stump. So this is just a solid paper wrapped around. And I'm going to go through here and I'm just going to blend those together. And it almost gets rid of all my pencil marks as well, but it just brings, just merges the colour from one to the other. It just helps with that blending. And if you ever struggle, then this is the perfect way to do it. And if you need to, you just give it a minute or two to dry, and then you can go in with a bit more colour if you wanted to, just like that. And then you can blend again. If you know what I mean, if you need to build up that colour, then you've still got that capacity. So once we've done that, let's come in with the, I think it's that one, I think. Let me just bring
It's almost like if you've used water-based pencils, watercolour pencils before, think of your blended solution a little bit like water.
Yeah.
So your pencils being your watercolour pencils, and then that blending solution is like your water. If you've never used blending solution before, think of it in that way, and it's super simple to actually work with. And if you are new to using colour blend pencils, like Corrine showed, it just makes blending so easy.
It does.
It really does. I have to say, I don't tend to use it. I tend to just blend from the pencils themselves, but it does make it an awful lot easier if you do have that blending solution, just to blend using that.
If you're going to just focus on blending, work a bit like I'm doing here, quite light to begin with. So if I bring in the pink violet and then bring it down here, just lighter pressure.
Yeah.
So you're just coming in down here, I just want to sort of darken that bit up. Bring that down there, and then I'll come back in with the vivid pink and just add in a little bit more. And straight away, you know, you'd hardly seeing where it's covering. And a bit like with the alcohol, I mean, you don't have to, but with like the alcohol pens, I've gone over with my lightest colour first.
Yes.
And then I've laid my darker colour
Yeah.
over the top. You know, you can just add in. So you can just keep going like that. So let's just bring this, oh, wrong colour.
If you are used to using your alcohol-based pens, but you've never tried pencils before, you can apply a lot of the same techniques that you already know and use with the alcohol pens. So it's not like learning a whole brand new skill. Apply some of those techniques that you already know just with your pencils, and I think you'll be away in no time. And of course, watch back previous Colour Me Happy shows. We've brought you lots of different shows on pencils, on our colour blend pencils. So there's lots of education, lots of inspiration. And of course, Corrine's going to be bringing us lots more inspiration with all sorts of different colouring mediums across the 2 hours that we've got tonight.
We are. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm sort of overlaying the two colours. So where they mix and match, we're just going over just there. So that's now we're going from pink, a vivid pink, to sea foam to petrol blue. So we'll just bring a bit of petrol blue in. So at first you look and, you know, you're not that blended, but you can see what a gorgeous sort of ombre effect that's going to have. But then, you know, like Lily says, if you are good with your pencils, you can spend a lot longer to blend them. But straight away, I'm getting I like the blending solution because it almost irons out the brush marks, and I do like that.
Yeah, it does.
Just got a little scrap of paper at the side of me, so I can just get rid of the colour, so I go from one end to the other, and then I can blend in the pink to the sea foam.
What a lovely colour combination that is. I love pink and blue together. That tealy blue and the pink works so well. I think it's a lovely colour combination.
I might look from my paper stump. I've got a much finer paper stump that's mine. This is the one that was here, and I'm just finding this is a little bit thick. But, you know, if you feel like your colour almost washes out, then go back in with your colour. And you can see how you can just make it a little bit more. So if you think about it, just down by the body of the butterfly, it's going to be at its deepest colour, isn't it? So you can just come in there and then just blend it out there. So then I'm going to come back in with, I'll go in with my vivid pink again and just enjoy the colouring them. So I'm going to go all over with the vivid pink, just there. A little bit of blue's gone at the bottom, but it won't hurt. And then I'll get my pink violet, and I'm going to, again, thinking about where it's going to be the deepest colour, it's going to be deepest near the body, isn't it, where it's darkest. If you think of the wings coming out, that bit down there, because it's almost like closed up, isn't it, and you can see. And then you just blend them out. And like, you know, if you want to use a pencil, look at that, that's blended beautifully. But if you do want to just come in with the paper stump, then just blend it like that, and you can just keep going. What I'd then do is, where's my yellow? I'd just do things like the spots in the yellow.
And I love these Colorable creator cards because, as the name suggests, they are such a joy to colour, but they're not massive grey images with really, really open spaces that can sometimes be quite overwhelming. I think you've got enough detail in there that it can guide you as to where the light and shade might be, as to where different colours on those images might be. They're not overwhelming, they don't take up, you know, an awful long time to colour, but they are just a joy to colour. Just sit down, relax, take your time over colouring them, but I think you really will enjoy colouring these.
You will, and what I love about them is they were designed with colouring in mind. You know, sometimes we've designed creator cards with paper piecing in mind, or we've designed them with all sorts of different ones. These have been designed with colouring in mind, so the areas are perfectly designed to be able to do that, which I just think is lovely because it just really helps. So I'll just do this just down here, and then I'll show you one that I've done. So I'm going to pop that bit in there, and then a little bit of my pink in here. There we go, and then we'll come in with this sea foam again, just down there, just bringing that to about the same height as there. It's quite a pale bluey green is that one, so that's lovely.
I have to say, I love the fact that we've named all the colours. They're not like number 1 or number 2 or something. They've got some of the most fabulous names. I have to say, when I first got my colour blend pencils many, many years back, I spent quite a while going through all the colours and all the names. There is some fabulous names in there.
There are, aren't there?
Yeah, it's like our illustrator pens. I love the fact that we have the names as well as the codes on those pens. I don't know who chooses the names, but I must say they've done a fabulous job.
I love it until the time comes when we do a play your crafts right, and somebody says, what is this one? And you're like, I haven't got a clue. That one, you can tell that one scarred me, that play your crafts right scarred me. It was a tough week, was that. I was doing it with Jan.
You do know who suggested that game, do you know?
You?
Yeah, it was me, yeah. Because our lovely Nicola, who creates a lot of the Play Your Crafts Right games, sort of was talking with the team this few months back now, and I was sat, and she said, you know, I'm struggling to come up with new ideas for games. You know, we want to bring the viewers something different and mix it up a little bit, keep it fresh. Has anyone got any ideas? I said, right, I'll have a think. I think it was one Friday evening. I was just sat in my craft room and I had all these ideas for Play Your Crafts Right games. Sat there typing across this email, and that was one of the ideas. In my head, it seemed like a great game, but I don't think Jan and Corrine appreciated it quite as much.
It was a tough game. It was a tough game. Now I know to blame you.
I know.
There we go.
I would have thought you probably would have guessed that would have been my idea, to be fair. But yeah, it was a tough one. I think we got off lightly this morning with Where's Brent. That wasn't too difficult. I mean, to get 8 and 9 out of 10, I think is very good going.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just bringing in a couple more colours here. So we've got half of these. There we go. I find it hard when they come up with the paper pads, especially if they go back.
Oh, see, for me, that is right up my street.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you know, I've got a little bit of an encyclopedic knowledge of things like that. I mean, who was I on with? I was on with, I think it was Debbie Fisher the other day. I was presenting and Debbie was demonstrating. And she stuck a sentiment on and she went, this is from the... And she'd sort of forgotten what collection it come from. And I said, it's Nitwit Kindly Thoughts. It's just one sentiment stamp and I just knew straight away. You can tell I probably spend a little bit too much time in my craft room. But yeah, I seem to have a good memory for stuff like that. It's quite strange. But
so if you think to yourself, oh, I need a sentiment, can you usually remember which collection it was in?
Yes, but I usually can't find where the set is. I can see the set, I'll be like, right, I know that's such and such collection, but can rarely actually find find the set. And it's funny, it was the same the other day when I was producing, when Debbie Robinson was crafting. She had brought out a paper. She says, I think this is from Sarah Signature Country Lane. And I went in her ear. I went, yes, Debbie, it is. I recognised it straight away. I love that paper pad, the Country Lane. I think it's a favourite of a lot of
oh, it is.
the guys
It's a beautiful
here,
one, isn't it?
Got that lovely wood grain, don't you, on the reverse?
So you can just see all I'm doing here is just adding in colour and blending them out. So you can just see, absolutely gorgeous. If you know, spend as much time or as little time on the blending that you want. That's what I was going to do.
Oh, we've had quite an interesting question actually. This is from Sue. She's asking, can I please ask, why do you use a paper stump rather than a fine paintbrush?
Because you're working the wax. If you used a paintbrush, and I've got one here, it wouldn't actually, you can't put any pressure on. The paper stump is giving the pressure, because these are pure wax. And if you think about a wax crayon, once you lay it down, I know this is not wax crayon, but if you think about a wax crayon, the only way to get rid of it is to scratch it. So we're not scratching it, we're blending it, but you just need that pressure of your paper stump.
You're almost like you're working it into the fibres of the cardstock a bit, I suppose, in a way, That's a lovely question. Do get those questions in. Amazing.
Please do. I mean, you know, if we're doing things and forgetting to explain why, then I'd rather the viewers came to us and asked us why we're doing it a certain way, because then you would use them right. Okay, I'm going to leave that one there, so you can see I've done half. I've coloured in half, and when you colour it all in.
Wow. That looks fabulous.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Those colours are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put those there because I'm going to have to make sure I put them in the right tins when I finish. Otherwise, I'll have Tracy on me, won't I?
Oh, yeah. I can see her. She's hovering.
Is she hovering?
Yeah.
Checking that I'm putting the crayons, the pencils back in the right tin.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oof, you better make sure.
I better had. Right. Okay. So I said I wanted to make a dome card. So what I've got is I've got a piece of card the same height, but half an inch smaller.
Yes.
So all I'm going to do is I've put myself a nice piece of tape on here, double-sided tape, nice and thick. Double-sided is definitely easier when you're doing dome-fronted cards, I think. Let me just check I've got that the right way. Yeah, it's got a bit of font on there. Because it's going to push against itself. It's going to try and resist.
Yeah,
so if you use a wet glue, it's going to struggle. So you can see I've got that half inch. So if I was to fold that over, it wouldn't come all the way. So all I'm going to do is take that one out. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that. I'm sure people do these different ways, but I like just to slide that up to that seam, bend it over, and then pop that on there. So you can see straight away I've got myself a lovely dome-fronted card. So that is lovely. Ooh, Tracy emptied my bin and I've not got it back. I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do next is I put some more red liner on the back of here.
And I could ask you where the paper is from, but I think I do know.
Dragonflies?
Dancing Dragonfly, yeah. Another, I was going to say another of my favourites, but you guys at home probably know everything's my favourite. So there's not really any point saying that. It's a paper pad. Oh, I think I've got 3 of those, I think. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And doesn't it work well? Those colour tones look perfect. It does. But you see, what I did when I was getting this ready is I picked my paper pad before I started colouring. Yes. Yeah. Easiest way. If you try to if you start colouring, I better use tacky glue. If you start colouring and then try to find a paper pad to match it, that's the way madness lies. You're going to be looking around and you're going to be going, I can't find one that works just right. Whereas you've got 72 colour blend pencils there, find a paper pad and you'll be able to match up with your pencils, no problem. So all I'm doing now is just 1/4 of an inch bigger all the way round. So I could do with a bone folder just there, just to press it down because I'm trying not to flatten my bow front. And then this one's going on here. So again, just some of the pearlescent cardstock from the same collection because I just thought it worked well. And again, we're still doing it again. Yeah, it's got to be done. Because for me, it just that frames it, works so well, doesn't it? Absolutely. I hope you guys at home are going to be championing black card after today. I think Corrine's shown you quite how effective it is. It works so well, even with something that's quite soft and delicate like that topper that we've got there. quite gentle tones on there, but doesn't it make it pop even more? Get that black card out. If you've not got black card and you're needing to stock up, check out the website. We do have our matte black card on the website, A4 in size, lovely quality as well.
We've got the 3 packs, haven't we, today? The premium.
Oh yes, we do have the Spectrum Noir premium black paper pads. If you're looking for those, you will find those on the Shop the Day category. You're getting a pack of 3. I believe it's 60 sheets in total, but we'll find out. We're going to pop it at the bottom of the screen so you can check that out. Getting 90 sheets in total for just $19.50 or $31.50. Of course, it's over that £10 or $10 mark, so you will qualify for your free gift with that one. And wow, look at that.
I've kept it simple. I haven't done a bow. I've got a spare bow, if you remember from another one. I've not done any pearls because I really want to show that colouring. I put your little faux border around. I put myself a sentiment, and I just think that's enough. I don't think it needs any more, but how, you know, it's got that lovely little bit of a bow on the front. You can see it better that way. Look, there you go. I just think that looks beautiful. It shows off both those stamps and those pencils.
Absolutely, I love that. And you say simple, but it doesn't look simple because you've got those stamps that are taking centre stage and beautiful colouring as well. Another absolutely stunning card from Corrine. As always, so inspiring. If you are inspired by Corrine's demos, you're going to want to pick up your Colorable Creator Card die collection. 6 sets in total, it's $42.39 or $48.79. We actually had a question. Somebody was thinking that $48.79 was for one set. No, that's for all 6 sets. Getting all of these included, saving nearly £25 or nearly $30 on these. I'll quickly whip through the designs. We've got this gorgeous butterfly that Corrine's just used. That's our beautiful butterfly. Then we've got our Thinking of You with the 2 little birdies in the branches. Our next one is our Dragonfly Dreams. Don't forget that Corrine used the sentiment from this set with the butterfly set, showing that you can mix and match all the sets together to fabulous effect. Then perhaps one of my favourites, I think this is just so much fun to colour. We've got our Sweet Roses included. Then we've got our special bouquet, and don't forget within each set you're getting that main focal stamp, you're getting that die that allows you to cut in like Corrine did in that particular demonstration, but you also get included that die that allows you to cut the detail out as a panel like we have done there, and then sentiments with matching dies included too. And then finally we've got this fabulous cupcake. This is the Celebrate Your Day with the cupcake, the bunting, that gorgeous design with the frosting. Cut it in, cut it out, stamp your sentiment, however you use these, however you choose to colour them, whether it's going to be with your colour blends, maybe some of your alcohol-based mediums, your aqua pens, even your ink pads, they're going to look fabulous however you choose to colour them. An amazing deal as well on these. The 6 sets you're getting included for just $42.39 or $48.79. 49 elements in total in that collection. Now, perhaps you're looking at those and you're thinking, I'm definitely going to be adding those to my basket, but what am I going to colour them with? Well, look no further than our amazing star buy that we're bringing you tonight on tonight's Colour Me Happy. This is certainly a star buy. I think that title sums it up absolutely perfectly. 72 pencils in total. You've just seen how well these blend together in Corrine's fabulous demonstration. 72 pencils for £28 or $40. Amazing saving. You're saving more than you're spending. It's a better than half price deal. We're bringing you all of these colourways. You'll see on the back, you've got all the different colours of pencils. There's no overlaps across the 3 sets, so you're getting a really broad range of colours. Completely wax-based. Do I want to use this cringy slogan, shall I say it? Go on then. It's all thriller, no filler. There's no filler in these, it's pure wax. You get that gorgeous, smooth, creamy laydown of colour with these. You're getting your primary set. You're getting your essentials, which, like I mentioned earlier, is a true essential set with your black and your white included within that collection. And then finally, you're also getting your naturals. Of course, don't just use them in isolation. Mix and match between the 3 sets for even more blending possibilities. Mix those colours to get that blended effect, those ombre effects that you can get. Use your blending solution if you choose, but you don't have to. You can just blend pencil to pencil on dry paper with no problem at all. But what an absolute steal of a deal at £28 or $40. Definitely get these in your baskets, but if you've got a lot in your basket and you're thinking, right, I need an opportunity to check out, that opportunity is now. We've got some things that are going very, very quickly. Those Colorable Create cards have proven incredibly popular, as are our colour blend pencils. If you're wanting to get these and get that free gift, which ends tonight, you're going to need to check out those baskets, and now is a perfect opportunity to do so. We'll be back in just a moment. Let's learn a little bit more about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Come on, that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan. Can we clip that?
We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at Craft Wars to Leanne. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sarah sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
What a fabulous song that is. I do love that song. It's brilliant. We played it last night, I think, and I had a message from my mum after the show saying, oh, I love Ben's song. So yes, we do all love Ben's song. He is a musical genius, it has to be said, and a very funny bloke as well. But he's not here this weekend. You've got me and Corrine, but we've got lots of... He's not here, I'm afraid. He'll be back next week, don't worry. But we can enjoy his songs in his absence. Anyway, back to Colour Me Happy. We've got some more amazing deals that we really want to share with you. And we did have a little look at these on this morning's Player Crafts. Right, it's a fabulous deal on our Spectrum Noir Aqua markers. You're getting 4 sets 48 pens in total for that incredible platinum price of just £56 or $80. You can see all the pens that you're getting in that packaging, but I'm actually going to take you through the colours. It makes it a little bit easier to see exactly what you're getting with this fantastic range of pens. These are water-based markers, so you can blend them out with water like we've done on the boards here to get lots of different sort of colour tones from just the one pen. So first of all, we've got our essentials, and then we're going to be bringing you your primary colour tones. Next, we've got our florals, and then finally we've got our nature. Now, with these being water-based pens, there's so many different techniques that you can do with them. So you can just use them straight from the pen. You don't even have to use water if you don't want to. Lots of options with these, which is fabulous. But they're great for colouring in your stamped images. So like we saw Corrine do actually this morning, you can stamp with these. So use your pens almost like ink pads. Just colour it directly onto your stamp and then you can actually use them to stamp with. What you can then do is you can actually draw out that line work. So you stamp with your pen and then they draw the colour out using water to get that blended effect. We've used water there, but you can get exactly the same sort of effect using your clear sparkle pens. It just turns that colour into sparkle as well as that gorgeous colour. So you can turn all of these colourways that I've just shown you can also be like sparkle pens just by using that clear sparkle pen alongside them. Talking of clear sparkle pens, what we've done here is we've white heat embossed that flower, and we've drawn, we've sort of used our colour and our clear sparkle pen to get that lovely sparkle resist effect. How about doing some resist effects and then your background techniques? So splatter some water onto there, getting some faux bleaching going on. It looks absolutely incredible, so arty and so effective using these pens. And then you can also, with them being water-based, do all your sort of salt background techniques. So creating a wash on the background, that ombre wash, using your pens, then just spraying that with water so it's nice and damp. Get your rock salt onto there, spritz that with water, leave it to dry, and then once it's dry, rub that salt off and you get almost like that coral reef effect. It looks absolutely incredible, but it's just an amazing technique you can do, one of the many amazing techniques you can do with these fabulous pens. This is just a little snapshot, a little taste of a few of the techniques you can do, but so many more besides. And don't forget, you're getting all 48 pens included for that platinum price of £56 or $80. Lots and lots of different colours in there. Doesn't matter what sort of image you're going to be colouring in, what sort of background technique you're going to be doing, there's going to be a colourway in there that's going to work for that project perfectly. Now, perhaps you're thinking about your sentiments on your cards. Now, I always say we send cards because we've got something to say. We want to send across a message, even if it's just to say, do you know what? I just want to say I'm here for you. I just want to say I'm thinking of you. So why not make, oh, we lost a stamp. Oh dear. Ooh. I did say I'd not broken any technology yet before the show, and George said, Lily, don't speak too soon. I've not broken any technology yet, but I've broken a board. Oh dear. Hope Tracy's not out there hovering saying, are you breaking my boards? But anyway, back to the stamps. What about using your stamps and your sentiments as that focal image for your project? Mindfulness quote clear acrylic stamp selection. You're getting 6 different stamps within this collection. £12 or $20. Wow, that's working out at £2. £2
Stamp.
That's absolutely ridiculous. We only launched these, well, it can't be much more than a few months back. Good grief, £2 a stamp. And these are...
It's half price if you're platinum, isn't it? Because they should be £24.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
that's good.
You're paying for 3. You're not paying for another 3 if you're in platinum. Amazing. And it's just over your £10 mark, so you're still getting that free gift. I love these because you can make them that focal element on your cards, but it makes your cards that little bit uplifting, can send a smile, you can send a little bit of motivation to someone, which I think is so, so important. I think these are great for home decor as well. So first of all, you've got Make Today Amazing. We've stamped it here in black, and then here we've used, I reckon that's probably Dams and Wine in our, you know, I'm like with my ink pad names, same as paper pads. I reckon that's probably Dams and Wine in our quick dry ink pads. That's your Make Today Amazing. I love the fact that we've got different fonts included in there. Gives it that point of difference, really does make it that show-stopping centre point on any of your projects. Another fabulous one, Giggle More, Worry Less. How great is that? I think that up on your wall or perhaps on the front of a journal or a planner or a diary would be absolutely perfect. I really love the fact that we've got that banner design, we've got the little swags at the bottom and that fabulous font for Giggle. I think that's lovely. Feels to me, I feel like there's a word for this, but I can't can't quite remember what it is, when the font sort of reflects how the word sounds or feels.
Yes, I know
Almost
what
like
you mean.
onomatopoeia, but not onomatopoeia.
Yeah, if
you know what I
if
mean?
you'd have done a really rigid, formal font, it wouldn't have worked right with the word giggle, would it?
Absolutely not, but that looks fabulous in that font and a great sentiment. How about good things take time? I love this one. I think it's so motivational, so uplifting. Great for if someone is going through a little bit of a difficult patch and perhaps they're a little bit unsure of what direction their life is taking at the moment. I think this one is going to be a great, just as a I'm thinking of you sort of card. Perhaps you want to make it a little bit more masculine in design. Very easy to mask that flower off if you don't want that on your design. Or how about actually masking off all of the sentiment and just using that flower? Of course, you could be doing that as just a little embellishment. Again, loving the mix of fonts on that one. Dream more, work harder. Love that one. How motivational is that? Perhaps somebody needs a little bit of kick up the backside. Perhaps you're thinking, right, I need to pop this on the wall of my office just to remind you when you're working, right, dream more, work harder. Definitely motivational. I think that's great for home decor, that one. It's a little bit of humour to that one, which I think is fabulous as well. And again, perhaps you're going to be masking off that swirl at the bottom if you don't want that there. You have got lots of different options with these. Think happy thoughts, another fabulous one. Loving the fact that we've got that overlap between the different words on there. Think of maybe using your ombre stamping techniques, your heat embossing, lots of different stamping techniques that you can do, inking techniques with these that's going to allow you to get lots of different effects. And then finally, breathe in, breathe out. I posted a card, it's one of these launched actually a good few weeks back with this sentiment. I had so many people actually say how much they love this, and I had somebody contacted me who had, I believe it said, suffered from pneumonia in the past, and they said that was a perfect sentiment for them, just to sort of just remind them to sort of look on the bright side, breathe in, breathe out. I think it's lovely to have that sentiment included. So you're getting all 6 sets. Like we've just said, if you're in platinum, basically a half price. I say it's basically a half price deal. It is a half price deal. £2 for every single one of these is absolutely incredible value. They are lovely designs. They're going to take centre stage on your cards. I think they're great for youngsters. I think teenagers are going to love these. Like I say, great for home decor, even scrapbook pages as well. Something a little bit uplifting. I love these. I believe Corrine loves these as well, so she's got a little bit of inspiration to share with you.
I certainly have. Now, these stamps were designed, because of the size, they were really designed, I think, for your opaque inks and your quick dry inks. They're the two that work the best with those. And this is, like you said, the ombre. Now, look at that. Take away the rest of the card, and if you look at that, we've used we've got some pen scribbles on the back, whether you've done that with your Aqua pens and you've done a scribble, and then we've ombre'd the opposite colours with our opaque inks on there. So if I was doing this, I would ink up with the blue first so that it overlaps, and then I'd come in, it doesn't say what colour it is, with that gorgeous purple overlapping there, and just let those two colours blend in the middle. So that was your Think Happy Thoughts. You've got your Make Today Amazing. Look at, when you break that card down, it's really simple but so effective with that sentiment in the middle. Again, we've got another one that we have heat embossed. Good things take time. Again, you've got that element there, but as Lily was saying, you could just mask that off if you didn't want that. We've got the Dream More, Work Harder, which is just as a pop-up one. Just like that, looks beautiful. And I love this. You can heat. Oh, you made this one, Lily.
I was going to say, oh, she's just said she loves my card.
There you go. So
Something
you've got the one where
isn't it?
we've heat embossed it onto our, so it'll be heat resistant acetate.
Certainly is, yeah.
Yeah, and then you can pop that there.
I mean, that
you
was
can see.
such a quick make. Honestly, that took me probably about half an hour in total. It's so quick and easy to work with these.
Yeah, really lovely. And then I love this one, just putting that little bit of colour on the background. Once it's dry, stamping over and adding a flower. I mean, such a simple card, but so effective, isn't it? And that sentiment does it all. So let me move those out
Now,
of the way.
we've just had a question and also a brilliant suggestion. This is coming from Sherry, our lovely craft along guest.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
asking what size are the Mindfulness quote stamps, because she's got a brilliant idea. She reckons they'd make nice note cards to put in the craft along project.
Yep.
I think they'll fit
3.5
fine.
by about 3.5-ish square.
Well, yeah.
So 3.5-ish inches each way, ish. They all vary, so some go a little bit more to about the 4 inches, but around that. So yes, so they go on the 4x6 cards, probably not too difficult at all. So I'm going to use the Make Today Amazing. By the way, we're going to look at Sherry's make in a little while. Now, I've got some white watercolour card, and I've just gone over it with my anti-static bag. So if we were talking about this earlier, that just takes off any grease or anything, there's me going over it with my hands, on the back of there, just so that when my embossing powder only sticks where I want it to do. So this one is, now this one is my stamp, so I know it's been used a bit, but how I found the best way to get these to work is I'm going to go in first with my watermark ink pad. This one is a bit mucky. They get mucky so easy, do these, because they actually seem to pull it off the stamp, don't they?
But we don't call them mucky, Corinne, we call them well loved.
We call them well loved. Okay,
we certainly do.
I'm going to go over that one first, because I think that's probably our, let's say, our stickiest ink pads. So I like that one first, and I'm going to pop that down there. Now I could just go in with some clear embossing powder, so that when I did the resist, it did. But I find that for a better effect, so I've put that on there, and I can just about see that. I'm going to come in now with my opaque pure white, and I'm going to stamp over this. This is just something that, trial and error, I've found the easiest way. Have I got a nearly dry white ink pad?
I can just about see that.
Yeah,
on
it's
the screen.
building up. It's just taking a minute to build up. There we go. There it is. It's coming. It just took a few minutes. So I'm going to go over with the white, and I'm actually going to do 2 layers of the white. Because I'm using my stamping platform, I know that everything's going in exactly the same place. So I know it's white on white, but you can just see a little bit of a shadow there. You can just see it. Yeah. So don't worry about that. It's there. And I'm going to do 1 more layer. Just pop that on to there. And now I'm not going to emboss with clear, I'm going to emboss with white. So I've got white ink and white embossing powder. It's just one that I have at home. But again, like I said, you could do it with clear, especially as we've done it with the white pigment ink. And put that on there, and that, there we go. I can see that. You can see the markings on that. So I'm going to take that off. I don't have to rush too much, but I'm not going to take too long. Put that on a piece of white card. So this is my white embossing powder. There we go.
I actually had a message from Lynn, Go Live Granny. It was you I was thinking of when I talked about a comment I'd had about that card when I posted it. It was you that I was thinking of, Lynn. So it's lovely that you got in touch. She loves the breathe in, breathe out. She says she's just recovered from very severe pneumonia, and this is perfect for me. I also have a friend who has breathing issues, and I'm going to make it for her too. What a lovely idea. Yes, and I do remember your comment. It was you, Lynn. So it's lovely to hear from you. Stephanie's as well saying she always used the clear translucent on her stamps first as well. Yeah, it's a good tip, that one. It almost like primes them or conditions
It does.
If you've got a tricky stamp, or if you've got a stamp that's sort of got a lot of solid stamp to it, it's definitely a good technique to try.
Right. I was really organised. I unplugged the heat gun after the last show. Don't know why, but I did.
I always do the same, and then I forget. I do it with the machine. I think, oh my gosh, have I broken the machine? It's not turning out. No, Lily, you've turned it off.
That's it. Right, now it's not the it's not the easiest to see, but it is there, and I'll show you in a minute. Just warming that up.
Oh, I can just see that actually.
Can you just see that start? Yeah, you can just see that starting to go.
Good work, George. George on the joystick, getting those angles. Look at that. Oh,
can you see that?
Yeah,
you can see that coming, can't you?
Brilliant shot, that one.
There we go.
White on white, we're picking it up. Love it.
But it's the effect, especially with the white embossing powder, is going to be even better. So we can just put that on there. Make sure, I need to just make sure I've not missed any embossing powder. There we go. There we are. Right, there we are. So we've got that onto there. So there, you can see, there we go, look, you can see. Absolutely perfect. So once I've got that, I'm going to bring in my pen. So I'm going to do rose pink, sunflower and kingfisher out of my Aqua pens. Now, I'm not sure that they were all out of the same pack, but it doesn't matter. So I'm then going to use my glass mat. It's, as we were saying earlier this morning, it's very infrequent that we take things like our Aqua pens straight to our cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
We usually use a palette of some description, and your glass mat is going to be one of your best palettes. There's absolutely no reason why not use that? I'm going to take I've just got a pot of water, regular water, and I've got my nice big brush. I'm just going to go over just once. There we go, I don't want too much. A little bit of...
A little question from Lynn, our new crafter that was joining us earlier today. So the clear basically primes the stamp, is that correct? Yeah, absolutely. It just allows the ink, when you put the ink down onto your stamp, by using that clear translucent, it allows the ink to sort of cling to the stamp a little bit better. So yeah, you're correct with that one. Oh, Sherry's saying she definitely needs to order these stamps. I'm afraid, Sherry, you do. They are fabulous. I love them. I've got a set at home. I'm lucky enough. I got mine at launch. Oh, wow. The reveal. I was looking forward to the reveal with this.
There we go. Now look at that. Can you see how the sentiment comes out? And I'm going to go back over the colour we've just done so that we blend it. It's, you know, today's sort of been all about that blending, isn't it? Going from one colour to another. Pick up some of the blue.
It's definitely been all about the colour today. I'm loving it. We've had so many lovely, bright, vibrant cards, so many colouring techniques as well. It's been fabulous. If you are new to colouring, what a great day to join us today. Oh,
exactly.
I love these colours.
And it's so easy. If you feel like you've over watered your colour, just put a little bit more down and away you go. And I can see a little gap that I've got, but I'm going to go back in a minute with that. I'm just going to put a little bit more pen down. It's easy, you know, just to keep adding little bits of water, little bits more pen even. So you can see I've got a piece of kitchen towel in my hand, and I just make sure that my brush isn't too wet. You can see I've just got a little bit of blue in there. Quickly it's gone, doesn't take too long.
That's the thing, water-based mediums are so forgiving, aren't they? They really are.
We can come in over here. Let's come in with that blue, just a little bit there, and just blend those colours. So we've got that lovely colour change, and then I'm going to come in with the yellow, and then I had a little gap up there. I remembered seeing a little gap, but I knew I was going to pick up the yellow again. There we go. Really, really easy. And then I want a tiny little bit of the blue just down there. Just add it in. Now, leave it at that if you want to, and then go back in again if you want to darken it up a little bit. It's entirely up to you. So we can just do that. Now, I've got one here. That's still a little bit wet. So what we've got here is I've got the one that's nice and dry. You can see nice and dry. I've just added some black because we're still working on the same theory. We're still doing the black colours. Now, so that's one technique. We're going to do another technique in a minute as well. So I'm going to come in first. I just use, blue first, Corrine. That's the biggest piece. Right, so I'm going to put my blue onto my card first. I'm just going, sometimes I use a tacky glue. I've got pearlescent, which is one of the reasons why I haven't gone in with my all-purpose, because your solvent glues can react against your pearlescents. Now, as long as the layer that's going on top, you put it down in one layer and you don't put too much. You can use your all-purpose with pearlescents, and I often do, but you are probably, if I'm telling you the right glue to use, the right glue is your tacky glue.
But let's be honest, when do we ever do? It's usually a case of do as I say, not as I do. I know I often use my all-purpose on pearlescent, and if you're careful, you will be fine, but it's just, if it does squidge out, it can take off the pearl, but that's why we had a butterfly on, so it'll always be absolutely fine. There's always a way of fixing stuff.
There we go. So then we can pop this one on. So this is starting to look lovely already, but then I thought I'd show you how we can mix and match with the Aqua pens a second technique in. Ooh. So we can pop that one on there. Now remember that your watercolour card is, it feels to me, it reminds me when I'm sticking it down, it's like your craft card, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It's quite fibrous. There's lots of fibres, so sometimes with your watercolour card you might need a little bit more adhesive to make it stick. But so far, I mean, if you wanted to, you could leave it at that. It would look lovely. What I'm actually going to do is I'll do it this way. Right, I'm just thinking which way I'm going to do it. So what I've got here is I've got another piece of my watercolour card, and I've just got some stamps. I'm just looking for some floral stamps. So this was one of my Delicate Blossom. I mean, everybody will have lots of different stamps. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to pick out my 3 flowers.
And if you don't have stamps, I'm sure you'll find lots of stamps in that spring sale. Savings
Yes.
up to, technically up to 80%, but our official line is saving up to 70%, so a great time to stock up on stamps like these.
Right, I'm going to pick some different colours this time. So I've got rose red, gold and fresh verdant. I'll leave the fresh verdant for a minute. So I'm going to come in with the gold, and I'm just going to do the sort of stamens just here. So it's a bit, one of the techniques that we sort of saw a little bit earlier. We can come in just here, just down there, and I'm going to do that one just there and onto here. Absolutely not going to do any harm whatsoever to your stamps going in with your aqua pens. And then on this one, I'm just going to trace around here with my, what did I say, rose red. There we go.
And with them being water-based, they're dead easy just to wash off your stamps.
Oh, yeah.
So not hard at all. It's not like colouring. You wouldn't use an alcohol-based pen to do this sort of technique.
No, it wouldn't, as soon as it touched your stamp anyway, all it would do was stain
dry.
your stamp.
You'd just end up colouring in your stamps. You get very pretty coloured stamps, but you wouldn't be able to do a lot of stamping.
No.
Because after all, alcohol-based mediums will dry on your non-porous surfaces as well.
Exactly. Right, so just like we did before, huff on there, add a little bit of moisture from your breath, and then we can stamp on there, make sure it's all transferred across. Oh, that's quite pale, but it's absolutely fine. So what we can then do, these ones actually might work really nice. Pot, there it is, water, and then we're going to do a bit like before, but I'm going to sort of do a bit of a mix. I'm going to put a little bit on my glass mat, but I'm going to start by just drawing down that colour. You can see just bringing that colour down. No, it needs a bit more. It hasn't brought in that much. You can just draw down the colour from there. Now, what I'm actually doing is I want to do that watercolour effect where it goes outside the line a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So we can just colour that in. I mean, how quick and easy is this to colour?
And that's the thing though about water-based mediums, they're so forgiving and it works well to be a little bit more loose. Don't stay inside the lines, be a little bit more sketchy. You'll get the best effect by using that sort of technique with all your water-based mediums. So perhaps if you're not particularly precise or you're not really into colouring, you don't like to spend hours like I do sitting and colouring, then water-based mediums like your aqua pens are absolutely perfect for that. And you'll get fabulous results by not taking an awful lot of time and effort if you don't want to.
No, absolutely. So we can come down here. You can see how quick, and I'm sort of colouring loosely to that line. Really is loosely. So then I'm going to come in here and just draw out a little bit of the yellow in the background.
Yeah, lovely.
So we can just draw that out. So it's definitely darker where that's been, but then it's drawing that out just there. And then we're going to do just like we did earlier. I'm just going to wash that a little bit.
And while Corrine is drying that, we've had a question in from Lynn. She's saying, when does the spring sale end? Well, spring sale ends actually not this week, next week. So I believe it's a week tomorrow. So you've still got another week to take advantage of those savings. And all I'm going to say, I probably shouldn't say this, but the office aren't in today, so I will say it. Just check back on Monday. This Monday coming. Have another look in that spring sale. All I'm going to say, but it doesn't end this week. So you do have another week to take advantage, but do just check back on Monday. Oh, another good question actually from Lynn. Another question, what do you use to clean your stamps?
Right, now, depends what I'm using. These I've just been colouring with Aqua pen, and so they will clean up really, really easily just with a wet cloth. But we have our stamp cleaning solution and platform, Lynn, because I know Lynn's our new viewer, isn't she?
Certainly is, yeah.
Now, this is all being tidied up, so I've just got to try and find it. Right, there we go. So, Lynn, for you, this is our stamp cleaning station. You've got two sides. This is your clean and this is your dry. So if I was to, you can do it from by hand. So what you can do is you can either spritz it onto here, or I tend to spritz it onto there, just like that. If you want to, you can put it on a block, but you just take your stamp and you just take it to there. And this is your cleaning one, so you just make sure it cleans it all off. This is just a nice solution just to get that ink off. And then we take it onto the dry side just to clean it off afterwards. There we go. Can you see?
How easy is that?
Really clean.
Perfect.
And I find this is really useful just to spray onto your stamps as well.
Absolutely.
There we go. Right.
Hopefully we've got those on the website. I'm sure producer Jamie can check for us, but that is our stamp cleaning station and solution. We'll just double check, but they are a Crafter's Companion product, so you should find those on the website.
Right, I lined those up and then I put the stamping platform, the cleaning platform on top, and they all stuck to the cleaning platform.
Oh, sounds about right. That's the thing about when you've got good quality stamps, they tend to cling to anything.
Yeah.
But we have had a question about the stamps from Stephanie. She's asking, where are the flower stamps from?
They're just from our Delicate Blossom.
Yeah, part of the outline floral stamp
There you go.
collection.
I knew Lily would tell you.
I love those stamps, they are fabulous. But yes, you can still get that stamp cleaning station and solution over on the website. So do check the website out, Lynn, and you'll find that on there. Great for cleaning your stamps.
Right, I've just gone over with my black waterproof ink, pop that back on, and then line that up, and then
Wow.
look at that. So it's given me the most beautiful watercolour effect on
Isn't
there.
that stunning?
Now,
Love
all I
that.
would do, and I wanted it to come out, so because what I've done then is I've just cut them out,
Oh,
just like that. And I've done exactly the same because it had a little bit of foliage in that collection, and I've just done it like that. They're lovely, these. They're sort of, it says it's Delicate Blossom, but it could be quite lily effect, couldn't it?
Yeah, I feel like they're quite a nice non-specific flower. You can sort of make them into whatever you want
Yeah.
them to be. You don't have to be too precious about trying to make them look like a certain flower. Just let sort of your imagination run wild with these and just make the colour scheme of them match with whatever else you've got on your card.
Right, now
Oh,
because I've
lovely.
made these out of watercolour card, it's quite robust. Once it's dry, watercolour card when it's wet is as delicate as any other card.
Yeah,
But once
definitely.
it's dry, I can come in with my poker tool and I can add quite a little bit of shape and dimension. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just, let's go like, let's put them, yeah. I'm just trying to work out where I want those to go.
Nice finishing touch that, isn't it? And it all ties everything together by using your aqua pens for your background and on your flowers as well. Just ties everything together beautifully.
Yeah, I think if I'd have gone in on these, it probably would have worked with my alcohol pens. It would have been quite rigid.
Yeah, and it wouldn't, the colours could never be exactly sort of coordinating. I think it just have the aqua pens on the background and the flowers. It just means everything works together.
It does.
Beautifully.
It does. Now, you know me, I can't put flowers on without a bit of foliage.
Absolutely.
We
yeah.
always need a little.
Grounds your flowers, Corrine.
There we go. We can just pop that on there. I've got my little bow, which I'm just, yeah.
The classic top left has to be done.
It does. We can pop that one on there. So I've really balanced this card out. So I've got my dots or pearls on the two opposite corners. Then I've got my bow and my flower. So if I didn't put my bow on, it would have been a little bit unbalanced because I would have had everything down there. So just by putting the bow on, just makes it balanced. I'm going to turn that round and show you. So that is two completely different techniques using your aqua pens and just showing you how easily they can make a beautiful project.
Absolutely love that. George in my ear is loving that as well. I think that'd be great for a masculine make as well, actually. Great for teenagers and children's cards as well with those lovely bright colours. Another fabulous project from Corrine. But if you are wanting to recreate that at home, you're going to need to get your hands on these Mindfulness quote stamps, even if I break the board. Don't worry, you'll get a full set included in the post when you place your order today. You're getting 6 sets of stamps for just £12 in Platinum Club. That means it's £2 per set. And it's a half price deal, which is incredible. We've certainly made this deal amazing. I don't know about making today amazing, it's an amazing deal. So the stamp set that Corrine's just used for that particular card, make today amazing. And these are clear stamps, they stamp beautifully, whether you're using your quick dries, your opaque pigments, maybe you're gonna do a bit of heat embossing, lots of different effects you can get with these. Got the you breathe in, breathe out. Think happy thoughts, super uplifting with these, really motivational. I think that makes them perfect for your home decor, for popping on the fronts of your journals, your albums as well. Dream more, work harder. I love the font that we've got included in there. You've got that almost like an arc design at the bottom. It gives it that almost a little bit of dynamism to there. I think it looks absolutely fabulous. And yes, that was a very long word for 7:15 on a Saturday night, I know. You can tell who had a dictionary for the tea. Yeah, it was Corrine earlier with the long words. It's me now, I know. Anyway, good things take time. Another fabulous stamp set there. Like we were saying earlier, you could mask off that flower if you so wish. And then finally, you've got Giggle More, Worry Less. What a fabulous sentiment to have in your crafty stash. Definitely a super uplifting one. Amazing value, just £2 per set, £2 per stamp, and these are statement size stamps. Like on Corrine's card there, they take centre stage, so that the focal element. They're not that little finishing touch, they are the card themselves with these. Amazing value to get it at £12 or $20, just over the £10 mark as well, so you're going to get your free gift on those as long as you place your order before midnight UK time tonight. Now perhaps you're going to want to be creating the sort of background that Corrine just showed us. Aqua pens are the way to go. That's exactly what Corrine's used for both that background and for colouring those lovely flowers on that particular demonstration. You are getting 4 sets of your aqua markers, for 48 pens in total. They are dual ended. You get both that lovely brush nib that's great for all your blending, and if you want to get into that super fine detail, you've got that very, very fine point on the other end that you can see on the packaging there. So great for a multitude of different applications. Water based, so you can blend these out with water. You don't have to apply water if you don't want to, but they do blend out perfectly when you bring water into play with these. Even bring in those clear sparkle pens and turn every single colour that we're seeing here into actual sparkle pens, custom colours of your sparkle pens. They blend and mix together perfectly. You can see here when we dilute with them with water, we get that ombre effect, we get that gradation from that most strongest colour at the top, which we get pure from the pen, to that really bleached out, soft, delicate colour at the bottom. That's our essentials. Then here I'm showing you the primary tones. All of these are included, don't forget, across the 4 sets. You get your floral set and you also get your nature. Such an array of different colours within these. Of course, they work perfectly with your watercolour cardstock. We'll show you a deal on that in just a moment. But an incredible collection, 48 pens for £56 or $80. A great collection. You're getting all 4 sets in there, so you really can colour in so many different images, but great value on that one. Now, talking of cardstock, we've got some brilliant deals. I think it's just a perfect opportunity for you to stock up on all of your different cardstocks, sort of bolster that stash, or if you are new to crafting and you're sort of thinking, right, I need to get myself some good quality cardstock, the right cardstock for the job, then this is definitely going to be the show for you. Nina card collection, you're getting 3 packs of the Nina card, 48 sheets in total. You're saving over 35%, so it's working out, I do believe it's better than buy 2 get 1 free, which is incredible. £7.60 or $10.80 for all 3 sets. I can show you all 3 sets. They all look exactly the same, but you're getting all 3. I think this last one's my favourite, but it's up to you. The first one might be your favourite, but they are 216 GSM. Every single sheet is A4 in size. It's super smooth, so it's perfect for use with your alcohol pens. So if you're using your classics, maybe it's your illustrators, your tri-blend, any alcohol-based marker, this has been specifically designed for use with those. It allows you to get that perfect blend between light and dark. It allows you to blend those colours seamlessly, very, very easily, with it being that nice smooth surface. And with it being 216 GSM as well, it's that sort of optimum weight for use with your alcohol markers. Fabulous opportunity to stock up on your Nina card. Now, perhaps you want to be creating techniques like Corrine's just shown us with your water-based mediums. Maybe you're grabbing those aqua pens today and you're thinking, what cardstock am I going to be using those onto? Well, look no further than our fabulous premium watercolour paper pad. These come to us from Spectrum Noir. It's a brand you know and love. We know the quality of Spectrum Noir, and this is fabulous quality, just like all of the pens and the pencils that Spectrum Noir bring to us. It's white in colour. And it's 300 GSM, 9 inches by 12 inch pad. We're bringing you actually 60 sheets in total, 20 in a pad, so 3 separate pads that you get with these. Of course, that could be 3 separate crafty gifts if you prefer. For quality watercolour card, I'm sure a lot of you guys at home will know you can pay an awful lot for watercolour card if it's good quality. This is fabulous quality, but you're not having to pay an awful lot for this. In the Platinum Club, it's only £15.60 or $25.20 for 60 sheets. 3 of these, I'm only showing you a third of what you're getting. You're getting 3 of these home. It's going to be quite heavy, to be quite honest. You're getting an awful lot there. We're shipping that out to you. 60 sheets of that, great for any water-based medium. It doesn't just have to be your Aqua pens. Anytime you're applying water, maybe even you're bringing your inks into the equation and doing faux bleaching techniques, this is going to take the water beautifully. It's going to reduce that cockling and that warping of your cardstock because it's been specifically designed for use with water-based mediums. That's your watercolour card. Finally, on our sort of stock up on your paper segment we've got this fabulous premium black marker pad. 30 sheets in each pad, but we're actually bringing you, again, 3 separate packs, giving you 90 sheets in total. You have got 240 GSM on this one. Again, it's 9 by 12 inches in size, so it's roughly A4. It's US letter size, so it's around A4 in size. We opened this earlier and we found that someone's had a little play with this pad already. Don't worry, yours, when we bring it to you at home, is going to be perfectly in condition. Nobody's going to be trying out their glitter markers and their metallic pencils, but it does go to show how well our glitter pens and our metallic pencils work onto this black paper pad. You can rip into it as well if you like. You've got black on the front, black on the reverse as well. Absolutely gorgeous quality on here. 90 sheets in total. It works perfectly with your metallic mediums, but don't just use it for colouring. You can use it for your mats and layers, your die cutting, your embossing, even box making as well. So it's definitely one you're going to be wanting to have in your crafty stash, and stocking up on 90 sheets at a fabulous price. You're saving over 30% on this bundle. Now we're going to give you an opportunity to sort of breathe a little bit, as the stamp said, and check out those baskets. We've shown you a lot of incredible deals. Now is definitely the time to get those baskets checked out and make sure that you've got those purchases winging their way to you. And while you do that, we'll give you a little bit of a musical accompaniment. It's our musical genius, Benny's back. We craft everywhere.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. We might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Architectural Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Peniston. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheets of Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwell, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple, Hilton, Bentley, Tampa, Pillar, Tucumcari, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsworth Park, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fintana. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinewood, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Rampo City. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrooke, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Glover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And here's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewdley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We crafted Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We crafted Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Manningham, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. I can't believe how much this show is flying by. We've had a message from Rachel on the socials who's saying she doesn't know where this show's gone either. It has absolutely flown by. Just a little over half an hour left. We've got so much more to pack in. I know Corrine's got some more fabulous techniques to share with you. I know I'm feeling super inspired, so I'm sure you guys at home are as well, and you're probably itching to get your hands on lots of crafty goodies, lots of new pens and colouring goodies and stamps to get playing and get experimenting with all your techniques. Now I'm going to go sort of metallic for our next little segment, our next demonstration. We're going to be looking at our amazing metallic markers. Now you're getting 3 different sets included within this deal. You're getting 18 pens in total. Your metallic markers, 80-piece set is filled with a premium water-based ink and metallic pigment. Platinum price is £22.40 or $37.60. So the sets that you're getting included is you're getting your rare minerals, and we've just coloured onto black card. You can use them on pale coloured card as well, but they do show so well when you use them onto black card. Look at that lovely metallic lustre that we've got onto there just as we tilt that board. Of course, you can use them for your colouring, you can use them for your lettering as well. You'll get fabulous results, but gorgeous colours in your rare minerals. We're also bringing you the precious metals, and for me this is almost like your essential set within this collection. You've got your golds, your bronzes and your silvers in there. They're going to be the colour tones that I think you'll be using perhaps the most across the collection, but it's fabulous that you're getting all 3 sets, so something for every project for sure. And then finally we're also bringing you the antique elements. Works perfectly with the set that we've just seen. You've got things like your bronzes, your coppers as well. Your pearl at the bottom is a very, very useful one to have. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the metallic sheen that you've got on there. If you're picking up those black paper pads that we've just shown you just before the break, those will work perfectly with these amazing metallic markers. 18 pen collection for £22.40 or $37.60. Don't forget that's going to qualify you for that free gift that we're running just today as part of the Spin Your Wheel event. Spin your wheel, spin the wheel. Could be your wheel, your guys' deal that you're getting today, but that ends midnight tonight. So once you pick up this collection, it's over £10 or $10, we'll automatically add that free gift to your order, which is absolutely fabulous. You don't have to worry about doing anything at all. Now, so many techniques you can do with these, and I think Corrine has just a few to share with you.
I certainly have, so I'm going to do a couple of different techniques with these. So these are a dual tipped marker pen, so they're double-ended. So if I pick one out, I always struggle. You've got a fine end to your pen, and then you've got a brush end as well. You can see on there, absolutely gorgeous. Now they're watercolour ink in these, so this means that they're blendable, and you can use a wet brush and pick it up from the mat. They look, on white card, we get quite a chalky effect, but on dark card, looks amazing. So you can stamp with these and straight onto the stamp, mist it and then stamp with them. You know, they are permanent, so they'll go on your glass, your acetate, your mirror card, anything like that. And you can also colour on embossed backgrounds. We're going to do quite a few of those techniques just now. So I've taken a piece of watercolour card and I've just used my Sweet Roses for my creator card. And again, I'm not using the outside die, I'm just using the inner die. Because it's a small one, I've just got my smaller plates to run through here, so we don't need to use the larger plates at all. So we can pop that out of there. There we go, that's going to pop out. You see, most of my tape was on my waist, so it pops out really easily. Perfect. Just pop that on there, there we go, that's going to go just there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our stamp. So my stamp is going to fit, I'm going to be brave, I'm going to go for it in one go. So it's going to fit on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of my pens and I'm going to go with the, let's come here, with, for this one, oh, can't get it to come out. I'm going to come out with the green citrine and the amethyst, because I think those two are going to look lovely. So I'm going to come with the brush end. Actually, I'll go with the green first because that's easiest. You can see, I've put it over there so I can see. So I'm going to colour in where that goes. Now remember, these are water-based, so they're not going to do your stamps any harm whatsoever. There's a bud, or one that's just coming out of bud, so we can come out of here. Sometimes it's a bit harder to see where you're going, but you can soon pick that up. You can see then we're going to come in with the green down here. Now, I did this and I stamped straight from colouring it in. I really didn't get a very good effect. You really need, oh, I haven't picked it up, you need to mist them to get the best effect.
Yep.
I did it once and I didn't mist, and it didn't work as well. Possibly not enough. They're water-based, but maybe they've not got enough water in them to go straight from stamp.
Yeah, perhaps that's the metallic pigment is sort of stopping them maybe. Maybe you need to add that extra little bit of moisture in because you've got those pigment molecules in there, possibly.
Maybe,
sure,
but I mean, you can have a go. I mean, it's only a little bit of ink to try, you know, try it on a bit of paper and see what effect you get. But I definitely found that I got better effect when we mist them.
Yeah.
But what I'm actually going to do is I am going to do it without misting in a minute to for an effect that I actually do want to achieve. So, you know, you can then do, so you can see on there. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully come over this way so you can see, just a minute, there we go. So I'm just going to spray, get above, there we go. So it just sprayed above. So I didn't spray it on, I sprayed it above so that it fell. And then I'm going to turn that round.
I think Leanne's technical term for that is the perfume waft. The department store perfume waft, I believe, is the technical term for that one. We've had the huff technique. That's the department store perfume waft.
Perfect. There we go. So I'm going to pop that on to there, and look at that.
Oh, wow.
Perfect. Now, I don't know if you can see, obviously, can you see the difference between the purple and the green?
Yes, just about.
Can you?
Yeah.
You'll see it more in a minute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come back in and I'm going to come over it again. Now, just come over. And one of the things I also did, I actually had a scrap bit of paper to take some of it off. Okay. I almost wanted what we call the second generation stamp, if you want, you know, if you want to do it that way. And then we can come in with the green and down here. This one I'm not going in as, I'm not as concerned about that. Let me just get a piece of scrap paper because I do get cross when people stamp onto our mats. So I'm not going to be the person that does that. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to come round and I'm just going to stamp. Do you see? I've not misted it because I don't actually want it as strong. Take a different bit of the stamp. Can you see? Just we're creating a sort of a background. And again, I've not misted it because I don't want it to be quite as good an impression. You know, the impression that I'm after is a bit more of a muted impression. So you can just keep going round the edge. I'll do one more and then you get the gist. But again, I'm only using part of the stamp each time. And I did it after I've done the first one so that I can see where the first one's sitting. I needed to see where that first image was going. Definitely. So then let's come around this side because I can get a nice good impression there.
It's nice to show though how you can use exactly the same stamp, exactly the same pens as well for both your backgrounds and your focal elements as well. I think that's fabulous to get all those different techniques from just that one stamp. Or a bit of second and third generation. I have to say it's a technique I don't use enough, but it is so effective.
Can you just see, we're just using little bits of the stamp. Let's see if I've got enough ink. Hopefully I've got enough ink on there. I'm just picking a little bit that fills into any of the gaps. So you can see.
Yeah, love that.
Now, I want to differentiate between the backgrounds. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mat and don't want that to roll in there. I'm going to use that. Now, we did this earlier, so we're going to do this again. We're going to come in with our, there's a new sparkle pen, and always carry a spare one Where's my sparkle pen that I've already opened?
It's one of those, you have to have a pack in your craft room, you have to have one in your craft tote, one on your craft desk.
Oh, I couldn't come and do a show with just the one I was using. I'd panic.
Yeah, you've got to have plenty of spares of these. They are a true essential for sure.
Right, so I'm going to now use my sparkle, because remember we said they're water-based, so we can then pick up, because if you remember, every time you add water to something like this, you are diluting it down. So I'm just going to come in and do a nice gentle wash over first. Just go all the way over first. Don't worry about shading and blending. We're just going to I'll just do one flower at a time, and we'll do the same with the foliage. Just drag that colour down. Oh, that's gone into that flower, but it'll be fine.
I think quite often we forget as well that these are actually water-based and that we can do these sorts of techniques with our metallic markers. I think so often we think of just using them straight from the pen, so it's great to see these sorts of techniques.
I will use it straight from the pen in a minute. So then once we've got that, then I'm going to come in with a darker bit and then pick up some of the areas. It might look a little bit dark, but then you can just, you already see it starting to blend out. Let's not do too much at a time, not push our luck. And then just blend it out a little bit. You see just how easy, and again, it's like what you were saying earlier, these are so much easier because it's another water-based technique than your alcohol pens. You know, to get this effect with the alcohol pen would take a lot longer.
Definitely, it's definitely a lot quicker to work with your water-based mediums, and so forgiving as well.
Can you see how we're getting all that definition?
It looks amazing.
Really quickly.
Oh,
and again, it's another one, it's about trusting the process. It's about stepping back. So I'm just letting it sort of spread itself, and then I'm going in just with a little, I need a little bit more just there. Going in with a bit of liquid, and I'm just spreading it, letting it run. And I'm almost just giving it the water to run itself. But how does that look? And you can do exactly the same with the foliage. Just pick up a little bit.
Looks so effective and really dimensional.
I'm going to come on this one where it's away from the dry. Now you can just, if you've got some, that ink will reactivate on from the stamped image, but I'm just picking up a little bit more just to give us a little bit of more of an in-depth colour. And I'm just coming out from that stamped image, just on here, just on there, to add a bit of dimension. But how effective does that look? So if you've done them all, and again, I spritz this one a little bit to make the water just sort of, the colour sort of pop, give that. But how does that look? That looks, I mean, I think that looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it?
It looks really artsy, if you know what I mean. It's got that really sort of authentic and natural feel to it. It looks absolutely stunning. I would never have thought of doing that sort of technique with your metallic markers. Perhaps you guys at home are the same and would never have thought of blending them out using your clear sparkle pens. But absolutely, give that technique a go. Pick up those metallic markers. You've got the details at the side of your screen. £22.40 or $37.60. Perhaps you're going to be getting those Colorable creator cards as well. Or maybe you're going to be doing this technique with another stamp and die set that you've got in your collection. You're going to get fabulous results no matter what stamp that you're actually going to be using. That technique, you can be applying it to lots of different images. It just looks absolutely incredible.
Again, I've matte and laid it with some of our Centura pearl because I just think the pearl running through, that's just our lilac Centura pearl. Now, just to show you on here, all I've done here is just put it straight onto my stamp.
Yes.
Just coloured up my stamp. So we're doing exactly the same, but just using a stamp to put on there. Now, how simple and effective is that? So that's one way to apply it. So I just wanted to show you what it would look like if it was on white.
Brilliant.
But we can also get a completely different look if we apply them to black. So what I'm going to do now is I've got a piece of our black card and I've got one of our embossing folders, and I'm going to pop that on in there. Now, just while we're there, I was just looking at some of the comments and somebody was asking about their card cracking and creasing. This is a 3D folder, so I'm going to go in with my clear plate. I'm not going to use my second clear plate. I'm going to use my magnetic shim and my plastic shim.
Yes.
Now, what I like to do is if this was, I'm going to just get my big plates because I want to show properly. If I was to put this in this way round, and let me move those out of the way so they're not confusing the situation. If I was to put this in that way round, so we've got open end first. What I find happens is the card stretches and then it hits the end of the folder and you get creasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it's turned around. Let me make sure my cardstock is central. There we go, put that in there. I'm going to pop it in, can you see, crease end first.
Yeah.
So I'm still using the same plate combination. And then we're going to run that through. Now remember, this was a 3D folder. If you find that that plate combination is too much, just try taking off a bit of pressure. First of all, you can take the magnetic shim out. If you're not getting enough pressure, put a couple of pieces of paper in, but you'll work it out because every machine is slightly different. Now, when I open that up, oh, there we go, I have got a brilliant 3D effect, but I've not got any creasing in my cardstock.
Great tip. Oh, can we see it? Can we see it? Oh,
there you go, you can just about see.
Yes.
Right, so we've got gorgeous impact there. So what I'm going to pick up is I'm going to pick up my antique bronze, my antique pearl, and then my red garnet, and my vintage satin, if I can find that. Is that one? Vintage satin. Which one was that one? I've got some funny pen sets here that I think there's a couple, I think they've got a bit mixed up.
Oh dear, it's never good. But
No.
of course you are getting all 18 included in that collection, so you are getting all the colours that Corrine's used. You just can't find what sets they've come from, but you are getting all
No, I
of
can't
them
find vintage
included.
satin, that must be missing, so I will, or unless I've named it down wrong. I've got those two. Oh, I've got vintage satin, I picked that up.
It's in Antique
Antique
Elements.
pearl I was supposed to pick up, that I didn't pick up. I picked up the wrong one.
Oh, Corrine.
There we go. It's my mistake. Right, okay. So, I don't know how, hopefully you can see these nicely. And all I'm going to do now is just try and look at the one that I actually had already done. I'm just going to bring these pens and come along the black. And I'm just following the embossing. And actually, this is quite forgiving. Don't be overly panicking about this. They're quite forgiving, these pens, and they just colour up beautifully. So I can come down here, then I'm going to come on this one, and I'm just going to come all the way just down here, just following that emboss, and then just copying the raised bits, and then let's go along that bit there. Doesn't it look fantastic over the emboss? Can you see how you're coming there? And then, oh, let's do a little bit on here. And
It's one of those, I think so often we forget to colour in our embossing folders. We think of using our gilding waxes or perhaps our inks. We forget about actually bringing our pens onto our embossing folders and using the pens to actually colour in and highlight that design. It's such an effective technique. Definitely do give it a go. But doesn't it look amazing when we bring in our black card and our metallic pens? It works an absolute treat.
So I can come in with my red, just picking up again that emboss, just picking that up. Just through there, that's coming all the way. It's just a lovely technique, and the black, these pens on black card is absolutely beautiful. Let me just, some of these, I'm going to check these, yep, still working beautifully, is that one? And then we can come in just around, look at that, look how it pops, look at how much it shimmers on the black. Just picking up some of that embossed detail. Just there like that, and then we could bring that down and just come round like, there we go, there we are, just highlighting those gorgeous effects. And then we can even come in with our red, and I can just bring it in up here, just like that. There we go.
Wow, this is coming together so quickly. It does just bring out that design
It
beautifully.
does, doesn't it? It brings it out absolutely gorgeous. So once you've finished, you can see.
Oh, wow.
And now can you see?
Love that.
I've not done it all. I purposely left some of the emboss with, it's really hard to see on the black, but some of the emboss hasn't got ink on.
Absolutely,
Now,
yeah.
you could just go straight on to gold and that would look lovely, but I just want to see, if you look at that, that looks really nice, but look at the difference when you put a very thin layer of white
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and then your gold.
Massive difference.
It
That,
does,
isn't
doesn't it?
That's
You wouldn't
incredible.
realise how much difference that's going to
Yeah.
make. But I think that makes the world of difference.
Absolutely. I think by putting it straight onto the gold, the metallic pen that you've got on the black layer almost sinks in a little bit to that gold. So just
does.
adding that tiny bit of white, and it is only a tiny bit, like you say, it just breaks it up, and goodness me, that makes a massive difference. But I think-
It's not even a quarter of an inch. I think I've
No.
gone down in less than a quarter of an inch increments because I just wanted it to be almost just like a hint. But it just really, really works.
But I think it's great as well to show the two different options and just to visually see that difference.
Yeah,
when
because
you
I
can
could
see
say
it.
all day, don't go straight onto the gold because it doesn't look its best. But when you actually see, it's just, and then there we go on that. And that's going to go onto a card. And I'm actually going to use it landscape, which
Oh, nice.
I think straight away I automatically think of this as portrait, but
Yeah, I do the same actually. But
why
it
not
works
go-
either way for sure.
go landscape. There we go. And then, just like we did with the flowers, I took my good luck stamp, because you can still see this one's mine. You can see the red, I mean the purple and the gold on it. And I've just stamped it onto here. And the great thing is I could go over it with my pens to highlight it. And then I used the red from here to do a faux stitch around there. Look, oh, that was where I did. It didn't. That was the one I did it without huffing.
Ah,
and it
yes.
didn't work. So I just turned the cardstock over, and then we can take that off here. Let's go on there. So that's going to go on there. But now look, same pens and possibly the same sort of colour combinations with the purples, but what a different effect. Doesn't that look amazing? Two
Love that.
completely different looks.
Brilliant. That is so effective to see them side by side, to see the different effects on your black and your white cardstock. Equally as gorgeous, but yeah, lots of different techniques you can be doing with those. But of course, in order to do those techniques, you're going to need to get your metallic markers home. You are getting 18 pens, dual-ended pens included in this collection. You've got the 3 different sets for £22.40 or $37.60. First of all, you've got your rare minerals, and then the next set within this is your precious metals. I'd say I love that gold plate. I think that's such a lovely, rich, opulent gold that you've got in there. And then finally, you've also got your antique elements. Such a range of colours within there. Like Corrine's just shown, they can be used on both your pale white card and your darker coloured cardstocks, like your black card. Definitely do check out the website. We've got those premium black paper pads on the website. Brilliant for use with all your metallic mediums, just like these metallic markers. If you want to get these home, don't forget they are over £10 or $10, which means you are going to get that free gift for today only. Ends at midnight, automatically added onto every single order. You'll see there the details on your screen. It's that fabulous flamboyant feathers die set from that Masquerade Ball collection. It's coming to you for absolutely nothing on every order over £10 or $10. Those are your metallic markers, but we've had so much inspiration, so many different techniques and mediums that Corrine's used throughout these 2 hours. I can't believe it's nearly the end of the show. It's absolutely flown by. I think it's time that we got that voting. So Corrine, have you got your makes all lined up?
I've just tidied it right. So we started off with our pencils.
Colour blends?
Colour blends,
That's
thank
the
you.
one.
Thank you. Aqua was not there at all. I was on Colorable creator card and then I couldn't do colour blends at all. So we've got that one there. So that's number 1. Number 2 was with our water, our Aqua pens and also our sentiment stamps. So you can see everything that's been done today, we've used a couple of elements from what's been on the show. So that's number 2. Number 3, there was only 4 altogether, wasn't there? Number 3 was that beautiful Colorable creator card, but this time using the metallic markers. And just to show you the different way to use the markers, I did it onto an embossing folder like that.
Wow, 4 absolutely stunning creations. So many different techniques covered across those 4 makes. It's not going to be an easy one to vote for. Get those votes in quick as you can, because we are then going to be voting on our demo of the day. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Get those votes in nice and quick, and then we'll get that final vote in. Now, perhaps you're wanting to stock up on your ink pads. Perhaps you want to try out some of our different ranges of inks that we do here at Crafters Companion, brought to you from Spectrum Raw. A lovely saving on this, you're saving 20%. You're getting 6 different ink pads for £22.40 or $34.40. Lovely saving on these, and great mix of colours within our water reactive ink pads. You can blend these with water, you can actually watercolour with them with a paintbrush, use them on your embossed designs, use them on the edges of your cardstock, use them with your blending tools for those fabulous blended effects. The colours you're getting are pumice, you're getting frosty jade, smoked pearl, gorgeous colourway with this one, your damson wine, you're getting your anthracite, and finally you're also getting your spar blue included within that set. Great for your background. You can be doing those faux bleaching effects because they do react with water, with them being water reactive. You can lay down your colour on your backgrounds, spritz it or splatter it with water, then just dab that water away with just a bit of paper towel, and you'll lift that colour up for that amazing faux bleaching technique. Fabulous water reactive inks. Now perhaps you want to be going for an ink that's going to be perfect for all your stamped images. Maybe you've gone for those mindfulness quote stamps. These are going to work a treat for any sort of stamping. They're great for layering stamps because they are our quick dry ink pads. They do exactly as they say on the tin. They dry quickly, but they give you that lovely crisp stamped impression. They're really juicy, they're packed full of colour, and we've got a gorgeous array of colours within this particular collection. 6 in total for £22.40 or $34.40, sorry, and that again is saving 20%. First of all, we've got our Lagoon, and then a gorgeous sumptuous colourway that we've got in this one. That's our Bordeaux. It's like a dark reddy brown sort of colour, really rich for that one. Then you've got your fuchsia. Next we have got our baby blue, that lovely soft blue. Then that lovely rich honey pot. And one of my most used has got to be Friar Brown, great for all of your vintage designs. 6 of those in total coming to you today for £22.40 or $34.40. And then finally we've got a bundle of our opaque pigment ink pads. These are brilliant for your heat embossing. Because they've got that longer open time, it allows you that little bit of extra time to actually blend with these, and it also gives you that opportunity to sprinkle some embossing powder over the top, just like Corrine did on that first demo, and actually heat emboss with these fabulous ink pads. Getting 6 again included in this collection for £22.40 or $34.40. And the colourways that you're getting is that lovely rich Chinese red, which I am matching with today. And then you've got your orange. Next you've got your lemon tonic. Lovely rich colour tone on your plum jam. That's one of my favourites. It's like a pinky purple sort of colour, absolutely stunning. Then a lovely soft pink for your pink tulip. And then finally, lovely bright and vibrant, you've got your parakeet. Again, very juicy, lots of colour packed into those, but great for a range of different techniques. From heat embossing and stamping to your blending, letter pressing, lots you can do with those. Definitely one to have in your crafty stash. Now we do have the verdict on demo of the show. Demo of the show is number 3.
Number 3. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
this
so
one here. There we
roses.
are. Thank you very much.
So we're going to need to vote for demo of the day.
Right,
so,
shall I bring these one over for
Corrine's
you?
coming over. I'm coming back. Corrine's coming over. We've got 3 fabulous makes that we can vote on for demo of the day. It's going to be a tough one. So that is number 3. We're just going to get the other 2. I've had so much inspiration today. It's been absolutely fabulous. How you guys are going to vote?
Number 1.
I don't know. But it's time to try and vote because it's going to be tough. So first of all, play your crafts right this morning. It feels like years ago, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Today has flown by. So much going on today, but play your crafts right using those fabulous shimmer inks. That is number 1 if you want to vote for that one. Demo number 2, this incredible craft along. What a fabulous project this is. Using those shimmer inks to create this lovely, almost like a wallet or album if you want it to be. You could fill it with absolutely anything that you want. An amazing creation. That's craft along number 2. And then finally, the one that Corrine's just made, using those fabulous metallic markers, bringing in some of those clear sparkle pens with our Colorable creator cards. That's demo number 3. So is it going to be 1, 2 or 3? Completely up to you, but it's going to be a tough vote. Get those votes in as soon as you can. We've only got a few minutes left on the show. I know, I don't know where this show has gone, but get those votes in and we'll decide on exactly what's going to be the winner for today. And of course, we'll be voting for not only demo of the week tomorrow, but it's also going to be demo of the month. So it's a big one on tomorrow's Second Chance Sunday. I know I'll certainly be tuning in from home to see what's going to win demo of the month. Now, you've seen it time and time again on the shows today. Corrine's been making great use of this fabulous tool. It's our heat tool. Now, we're so proud that we can finally bring to you a Crafter's Companion branded heat tool. Of course, it's going to match in colourway with all of your Gemini machines, with your hot glue gun as well. It'll match in colourway with that. Great to have in your craft room. It's just a craft room essential. Corrine's used it for heat embossing, for drying some of her paints and inks. Of course, you can be using it with your flower forming foam as well, with your shrink plastic, all sorts you can do with your heat tool, but it is a true craft room essential. Now, that'd be great to get it on its own. However, we're also bringing it to you in this fabulous bundle. You'll see the details in your screen, $23.98 or $29.52, with our heat and mold stamping foam. Now, this is absolutely ingenious. You're getting 4 blocks included in this set, and this allows you to turn anything at all, literally anything at all, into your own custom stamps. It's completely reusable and remoldable. All you do, heat it up using your heat tool, press whatever you want to turn into a stamp into that heated foam. It could be an embossing folder, it could be an old leaf that you found in the garden, it could be a coin, it can be anything at all. Then ink that up, stamp using that block. You've created your own stamp. Once you're done with it, clean that ink off. You can actually reheat that foam, and then you can reuse it. It goes back to its original shape, which is absolutely incredible. So you're getting both your heat tool, a craft room essential, and your stamping foam, that ingenious idea that we've got with that in that bundle. You will see over on the website, we've got a UK and a US version of the heat tool. Just make sure you're getting the correct one for wherever you are in the world. Of course, that is over £10, with it being £23.98. So you will get your free gift included with that purchase, which is fabulous. It is your Flamboyant Feathers die set from the Masquerade Ball collection. Now, we do have a verdict on the demo of the day. It's coming quickly. I have to say, I'm not particularly surprised. It is, of course, that amazing craft along. That is your demo of the day. That'll go into the vote tomorrow. Potentially going to be winning demo of the week. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I mean, it's got some tough competition up there, some amazing demos on there. But wow, an absolutely fabulous craft
as well tomorrow.
Yes, demo of the month. Lots to vote on. It's going to be a busy show for
and
sure.
I'm over where you are, so I'll have to remember.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, we've got all sorts coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow's a jam-packed day. We've got Corrine's going to be over on this side. We've got the fabulous Debbie Robinson over in the craft expert area. We've got First Look. Oh, I am very, very excited about First Look.
It's right up your street, isn't it?
I've got mine already. Spectrum Noir Academy of Colour. It's the last box. I feel a little bit sad, I have to say, that it's the last box. If you've got all the others, you know you're going to need that. It launches officially on Monday with Leanne, but we're going to give you a first look tomorrow. That's going to be absolutely incredible. I believe we've got a craft vault, if I'm right in thinking. Yeah, first show, we've got craft long. We've got Craft Vault as your first show, then we've got First Look, and then of course we've got our fabulous Second Chance Sunday. So much going off tomorrow, lots of amazing deals and offers. Where that wheel's going to land, we don't know. That's Corrine's job tomorrow.
I'll be spinning that in the morning.
I'll be tuning in, I'll be like, where's it going to land, where's it going to land? Excited to see what deal we're going to be bringing you tomorrow. But lots more coming up tomorrow. Today has been an absolutely fabulous day. I've loved being here. I hope you've had a fabulous day as well. It's lovely to have Corrine's company for the whole day, and you guys at home, thank you so much for joining us. I'll be back on Wednesday, I do believe. Ooh, we've got a very exciting launch coming up on Wednesday. Lots going off next week as well. But for now, enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day if you're over stateside. Thank you for your company. Take care and see you very soon. Bye bye.